for all of you really wanting to know those 3 things that you should remember when things get too intense. I'm gonna wait here for a minute, but this says go to the beach and worry less. Forget your worries. How are you guys doing today? Oh, I'm doing it again with this light. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna wait for everybody to join on, see if we get a nice discussion like we did yesterday. I enjoyed it so much. Just waiting to see. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. It's the first time I remember seeing that. Just waiting to see people joining in. Hello, I'm Kiana Sage. I guide people to peace. I do that through energy psychology. I love energy psychology. I love learning. I love teaching it. I love giving people a space to grow and expand in consciousness and learn new ways of perceiving things. It's not easy, but it's possible to make it easier when you're with other people who are growing and expanding, which is what this community is all about. This is a small group of people, sometimes smaller, less. Hey, Eric! Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Sending you lots of love from California and a message. Go to the beach. Worry less. Today, the topic is do these 3 things when you feel like trauma and pain is just too big. And I'm going to give you 3 things in this discussion that I think everybody should think about when they're feeling like it's just too much. How are you? It's just us here. Yesterday, we didn't have people jump on until, 10 minutes in. But I'm just going to wait the 5 minutes like I did before. Good to see you. Okay, we'll just wait 5 minutes for people to join in. It's been raining off and on all day today. All day, all yesterday. It's supposed to rain all this week. So I have my little Amazon shirt to remind me I am the ocean. I am the beach. Zachary is saying, do you think some cases of autism are actually just a lack of self-control and discipline? How do you distinguish real challenges from avoidable behaviors? Hi, Nick. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Mick. So good to see you. Well, Zachary, that is a loaded question. My thoughts about autism, because I don't think, I saw a post earlier today, Zachary, and it was a woman that was 55 saying, where are all my comrades, where are all my people that are my age that have autism? And it just was not a thing. So you got to really think about what has transpired over the last 50 years that children who are now maybe in their 20s were exposed to that the prior generation was not exposed to. And that will tell you a lot about the origins of potentially some of the major aspects of autism. And your question is, do I think it's an act of self-control or a lack of self-control and discipline? And it really has nothing to do with self-control or discipline. It is a lack of understanding that most people have in relationship to their spiritual aspects, okay? Because a lot of people who have autistic, who have been diagnosed, and you know me, if you don't know me, diagnosis of anything locks people into a way of being and thinking that is often very limited. So I will say that. But people who have special abilities often are having access to higher levels of dimensional communication that is not commonly understood by the medical profession. I hope that helps you. Cause I was talking about autism. I was looking at the question before. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, so I'm going to get into. So if you have experienced trauma and pain, and or if you are currently experiencing trauma and pain, hello. What I would say is these three things will help you manage, because oftentimes when people are experiencing immense trauma and pain, they lack the ability to manage their experience. So sometimes we just have to take it back a couple steps and just realize we got to take it, number one step at a time. We can't do everything at once. Trauma doesn't heal the way we think, right? Trauma heals how trauma heals. So it can happen in a moment, or it can happen in a multitude of moments. It doesn't matter. What matters is your learning and your experience. Cause I'm not interested in Oprah or psychedelics. All of the answers that we need are within us. So how we access what's within us is what matters. Oftentimes people are addicted to going outside of themselves, like mushrooms or ayahuasca or these professed gurus, and they're not a guru. They are just manufactured to misdirect people. I don't want to say all of them are like that, because that would be a lie, but you know. So when it's coming to pain and trauma, well, the first thing you want to do is just remember, one step at a time. One step at a time. When it gets overwhelming, you want to take one step at a time. 2, this one might be controversial because I know a lot of people don't have a direct relationship with God, but you must be able to tap into your faith and your personal spirit. Okay? Tap into your personal spirit and your faith. That is not the same as religion, okay? It's not. We're not talking about religion. We're talking about what is yours, your technology. Your inner spirit is your technology. Your higher self is your technology. Your God self is your technology. You have access to technologies that are specific and unique to your soul journey. If you are not tapping into them, your healing of trauma and pain will be exponentially more challenging. So number 2 is to tap into your inner spirit and have faith. And number 3 is get the right help. What is the right help? Well, that's going to depend on what level of frequency and vibration in which you are vibrating. Now, let me say that again. You might be vibrating at a very low frequency. And yesterday we talked about entities and attachments and low vibration and EMF. You must start to get conscious and aware of your environment and how you are vibrating, because your vibration is going to dictate your level of access, okay? So what you are accessing to. So if you are in trauma and pain, you want to get help. You can't do it by yourself. None of us heal on our own. We only think that we do. We're never really alone, ever. We just think that we are. So you must get the right help. You don't resonate with me, you want to go to traditional therapy, go for it. But get help, the right help. And if the therapist you're going to are not giving you tools to go within yourself, then you're with the wrong therapist. Every therapist, every person who is truly a healer should be directing you back into your heart. Okay, Mick is saying, my little boy lives with his mom and he's fine. He's still there and trying to put labels on. Oh, they're trying to put labels. You know, labels is how people think, right? That's how people think, and that's how they relate. They try to give things conceptual ideas. And I heard the saying, and I teach it to my clients now that I've heard it, take it beyond your comprehension. You know, when you're talking with somebody and they don't understand because you're not willing to label, you can ask to take it beyond their comprehension. You know, I thought that was a great tool that I learned, you know, because we try to intellectualize everything and label things, and that's what keeps people stuck, is these labels. You know, it's unfortunate, but it happens. And, you know, it's part of this 3D world that we live in. And so we can see it and not contribute to it. Hey, good to see you, Petra. I'm in a mental pain from lockdown because of a divorce, and I lost my confidence. Well, I'm so sorry. Heartache, heartbreak, and pain is, unfortunately, a lot of us experience that. So you're not alone in your experience. However, I don't know what you mean by lockdown. But I am so glad that you made the distinction, and I don't want to say your name wrong, Pratano. I want to make the distinction because you're saying mental pain, but it's mental, emotional, spiritual pain that is coming into your physical body. Hey, Elliot. Oh, good to see you. I missed you guys too. COVID lockdown. I see. Oh, thank you so much. She just had lunch and she's in her crate. Thanks for asking, Elliot. That's so sweet. So COVID lockdown was 2 or 3 years ago. So you're also living in the past. So let's get to the present moment and see if you can connect with your heart. I don't know how to say your name. Prata Pro? I brutalize names that are not in my vernacular. I'm so sorry. So get in your heart and get into the present moment, right? Because the present moment is here, sitting in a chair, wherever you're at. And just really notice what you notice. This is called awareness. This is called, a lot of people call it mindfulness. It's just presence. It's nothing complicated. It's just presence. When you have awareness, I'm sitting in this chair, my legs are crossed, my hands are moving, I'm talking. Just get really present with yourself. It's okay. And when you are present with yourself, connect with your heart. Sometimes it's easy to put your hand on your heart to get really present. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Forgive me. Things have been kind of crazy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about your car. Michael just wrecked his car, unfortunately, so it seems that things are still going downhill for me. Michael, book a session. Try it out. Michael, it doesn't have to continue to go downhill. It could just be that you need a reset. Okay? Okay, now, Prano, now I want you to connect with your heart and stay connected for the remainder of this live. And chances are you will start to see that your life is created always from this moment, the now moment, right? This is where everything's created. If we are going back to the pain, like, gosh darn it, that ex of mine is such a, and I wish that didn't happen. Now we're in the past. We're going there in the past in our mind. We want to you want to get practiced at being present, because in the present moment is where all the future is created. Okay, that's where, and you know, some might say that that's all that really exists anyways. So get present to your heart. Your heart is a portal for healing and transmutation. Oh, Elliot, congratulations. Oh, congratulations, Elliot. Thanks to your work on me. What did I do, Elliot? Remind me. I did so many videos last year. Did we do a session? Oh, I can't wait. Please tell me more. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. Okay. Mick is saying we lost true stuff to true COVID, but tell me you move forward and enjoy your life. Yeah, that's why I wore this shirt. What does my shirt say? Beach more, worry less. Connect with nature. If you are going through a crazy time, find a way to be in nature. You know what? I had company in town last week. I took them to one of my favorite places on earth. If you go on my Instagram, I'll post it there. I'm going to post a reel later today about it. But it literally is one of my favorite places on earth. I've traveled a lot in my life, but there's something about this space that just absolutely transports me. And I just love it. Anyways, long story short, I took company there, but I didn't get to enjoy it. So I went back. And when I went back, I had the most, to say it was blissy is an understatement. Now I sound like one of those woo-woo people, but it was so beautiful. And so we must find a way to connect with nature because our spirit calls us there. Michael's saying a much needed reset is needed. I was hopeful this year will be better. Please, Michael, just book a session. It'll work. Username does not exist. I don't know what to do anymore. Well, first we need to actually, I think you should rename yourself My Inner Spirit. That will get you connected to your inner spirit. Username does not exist. You need to know that you exist in spirit. So connect with your inner spirit. Okay, Elliot says, yes, to not look back to the past. I'm in business insurance and did the first call today. Congratulations. Elliot is a testament, about look at you guys supporting each other. See, the past is not where we create at all. We create from the present moment. So, Prapino, you can get out of this just like Elliot did. I am going to come on more. I really enjoy I missed you guys. Yesterday we just had a small group, but it was such a nice discussion. Eric, as you commented, Salvo, good to see you here, my friend. Hello. I missed you too. Oh, so good to see you. See how happy you all make me? It's so fun to connect with other conscious people. So listen, okay? Pain and trauma does not have to dictate your life. What I realized is I didn't want to do these lives because I was doing the trauma series, and this is the last video on trauma. And although I don't mind talking about trauma, I don't like talking about it in the traditional sense. So I decided yesterday and today to finish that series so I can get on here and I'm breaking myself free from locking myself into these series of 10 series. Now, I don't think I'll ever do a series of videos about trauma ever again. That was it, folks. Because I talk about trauma a lot with clients, but I'm helping them heal. When I felt like I was doing this series on trauma and putting out information, I felt like it stole my spark. I just lost my zest for doing the videos. Even my husband asks, he's like, why are you doing a video again today? And I was like, because I had fun yesterday because I did the video my way. So I'm going to do the videos different this year because I want to be more spontaneous. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy the spark of life. I enjoy the spark within me that happens when I am doing things that I'm aligned with. So I'm not going to do another series on trauma, although I'm happy to answer questions on trauma. Okay, username does not exist. Please change your name to I am my spirit. If not, for the remainder of this, you must understand that what your mom says, as controlling as she might be, is not the truth of all things. You know, and I don't know how old you are, and, you know, but our parents tell us things and they are controlling because they're not connected to their inner spirit. When people are control freaks and egomaniacs, they're not connected within. And that's the truth. And this comes from, you know, of course, y'all, of course I have an ego. We all have egos. This is about having a balanced ego. And we could speak the truth. Good to see you here, Salvo. How's work? Username does not exist. You may contact me. You could book a session at Kiannaa.com. Hi, Marjorie. Good to see you. That's KIANNAA.com. If somebody could put that in the comments and I can pin it, that would be great. Because I can't comment on my own thing. I don't get it. Good to see you. Mick says, I mixed up their Kiannaa. Oh. Hey, DR, good to see you. Salvo said, I thought about you when the wildfires were going on. Yeah, it was really bad. It's about an hour north, but yeah, it's really bad. There'll be more. As you see, they're going on in a lot of places, unfortunately. We are not affected directly, but indirectly, we are all one, so we're all impacted by everything that happens on this planet. Elliot says, Kiannaa deserves your money. Elliot, you see, I'm on here now. I can be a YouTube person because I can take money. I don't know how it all works yet, but I could see that it's there. I haven't gotten a lot of money from doing YouTubes because I haven't been on here, but it is a potential now. I am Pratt. I'm just going to call you Pratt. Is that offensive? I hope not. Pratt says, ma'am, you are full of positive energy. I love you. God bless you. Hey, right back at you. See, you're already feeling better. This is what happens when you get present. You can align to new things. You can do this. You can do this. All of you can do this. Oh, your dad had heart surgery. Wow, I'm sending blessings to you and to your father, Salvo. You know, there's nothing. Oh my gosh, you did it. Connected to my inner spirit. Yes, you are. How does that feel? How does that feel? You are your inner spirit. Your inner spirit works through you. And now you're exactly that. Every time you read your name, anytime somebody reads your name, there is going to be a surge of light that comes through. Man, hello. Hi. It feels good but weird, right? Yeah. This is called counterintuitive, okay? So the energies work in reversal energy oftentimes, and you were running you weren't running in the right direction. Now you're running in the right direction, and that shifts you inside. So when I did this with a client the other day, but you know, it's important to know your yeses and your nos from within your body, okay? From within, you feel it differently. And good to see you, man. Aw, I'm so glad you guys are joining me. It's just a small group. We're back to the beginning. It's almost like starting the YouTube channel all over again, but better because I'm reuniting with you all from last year. So I just want to say a blessing to Salvo, God sovereign free blessings to Salvo and his family. May the light of God definitely be with you and your family during this time of health and renewal, right? Health and renewal. Oh, thank you. Prax, yeah, see how quickly you changed because you got present. Like, look at all the positive things you're saying now. So now this is what you want to practice. You want to practice on how to be present all the time. And then the trauma and the pain can transmute because your heart's open. When our heart is hurting or broken or in heartbreak, we shut down how we actually heal. And let me tell you, it's not just you. It happens to a lot of people. And COVID was a massive shakeup for a lot of people. But you're here now, so you're ready to rise above it. You're ready to change. So good for you. Connect with my inner spirit. How can I get in contact with you privately? You can reach out at Kiana, KIANNAA.com and book there. I have membership programs, which I started new this year because there's a lot of people that really want to work on a regular basis. And for those people, I gave them a discount. Or you could just buy a one session, or you could, just do a consult. If Michael's still here, Michael, I would like to know what is going on with you that you feel like you're in that downward spiral. Let's see if we can turn that around. Good, good, good. I can't type in the chat. Let me see if I could start a poll. I'm going to start a poll. Oh, it won't let me. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's my website. That's the only way I know how to even get a comment here. Okay, can you type it in the chat? So there you, www.kiannaa.com. Okay, what lessons have you been focusing on lately? Salvo. This is, let me see if I can move that. How do I get this out of my face? Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is what's been happening in the last 6 months. This is the trends that I'm seeing. Okay, are you ready? Or Salvo, are you ready for this? This is wild. Okay, so for those people who received some type of, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. For those people who have received some type of, okay, let me change it. For people who have weaknesses in their physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body, okay? For people who have weaknesses in any one of those bodies, that means that you're not fully congruent within yourself. People, what I've been noticing in the last 6 months, I'm going to tell you two trends I'm seeing. One, they have a lot of inorganic materials, meaning nanotechnologies. These nanotechnologies are also signal receptors. They are getting bombarded within their sleep time through the astral realms with negative energies, entities, sleep paralysis, magnified fear. Their central nervous system is gone haywire. So that I have seen on an uptick. And I thought it was just me that was seeing it. And then I saw another healer talk about it. And I had been seeing it, but it's been rampant. There is something that's been happening during, and I talked about this yesterday, during the nighttime hours with the signaling systems. That means like either 5G or from the satellites. I don't know where the signals are coming from. All I know is they are happening because I can sense them. They're not happening to me, although one night I did get woken up and I was like, what the hell is this? And I had to do some energy work. But what I also noticed is this is happening to other people. And if you have vulnerabilities in your field and you don't know how to clear it, you just walk around with that heaviness and that irritation and that agitation in your field. And then a lot of people, if you're having sleep paralysis, are scared. So now they're afraid to go to sleep and they're getting inundated again. So they're on this ridiculous cycle. So that's one of the trends, Salvo. The other trend that I've been seeing lately is male, men and their fathers are coming together and transcending what I would say the rifts or the miscommunications that have transpired for generations. So I'm seeing this happen more frequently. I personally am having more males father-son sessions, couple sessions. I do couple sessions like husband and wives, but now I'm doing fathers and sons, which is quite interesting, and that's a new trend. But Salvo, I'm just going to throw in another bonus here. This is what I've been contemplating, and this is a new question I'm asking myself every month. What beliefs did I used to believe were true that I no longer believe anymore? I'm really challenging myself with that question. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Hi, Lokesh. Hello. Salvo's asking, so the frequencies changed? No, the frequencies didn't change. They're changing at night. Okay, so let me go back. I got to go back. All right. Rakesh says, what's your observation on COVID situation? Worse or just tipping point for mental awareness? I don't think it was for mental awareness at all. It was to see how many people are easily swayed without using critical thinking. That's what the part of COVID was. It was, are people willing to challenge what they are being told by quote unquote experts? Nobody knows your body more than you, okay? Nobody knows your body more than you. They were challenging whether people are willing to give up their consent and authority to somebody outside of themselves. And the answer was a resounding yes. COVID just exemplified people who were disconnected. It made them more fragmented, okay? The fact that you have troubles mentally does not mean that you cannot repair. Everything is repairable. Everything is fixable. Everything can be learned. You can learn through it and you can grow. So you're not stuck. Rakesh, who did I answer? I don't know who I was. Okay, so I don't think, Rakesh, that it was worse for people who didn't know themselves. It was a horrible time for all of humanity. It was a bad thing for humanity, but it's getting us to where we are at right now, which is this pivot point of awareness, consciousness, that people are really learning who they are, the spirit of who they are. Rakesh is saying nanotechnology like. Yeah, well, so I started reading about nanotechnology when I was about 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that age. And nanotechnology has been around for a long time. It just hasn't been conscious. People didn't really understand what it was until more recently. And if you don't know, you should learn because it's a particle. Particles come together. How do cells come together? They're particles. We have antiparticle, we have particles, we have protons, and we have electrons. Everything is working electromagnetically. So we need to understand technology that we are as spirit, not just technologies like our computer and our phone. We are a technology. Your higher self is a technology. Your God self is a technology. Your inner spirit is a technology. And it's a multi-dimensional aspect of who you are. Michael is saying, I'm just feeling overwhelmed with life. You're not alone, and I can't find my happy, unfortunately. Been struggling, but still hopeful. With today's accident, I'm just lost again. So let's just say this. Well, Michael, you're in the right place now, okay? So, Michael, I want you to just let go of the accident and go into your heart. If you, Michael, are able to be on this live stream, you can get into your heart. And just breathe. For the rest of this call, did exactly what Pratt did, and I say call, for the rest of this session, and just breathe into your heart. Consciously breathe into your heart for the next 5 minutes, Michael. And then tell me in the chat how you're feeling after 5 minutes of consciously breathing right into your heart. Okay? That's your assignment. Okay. So Salvo's saying, so the frequency changed. The frequencies change based on your resonance. So you have a vibration, Salvo. And that vibration has a resonance, okay? So when the frequencies come in, they're coming in based on your resonance with that frequency, okay? So I'm sending out a signal. You guys got a message or a notification if you're a subscriber that Kiana's live, and you got the signal, right? That's a sending of the message. Well, these signals that are coming out at night that are keeping people in the astral realms and being attacked or attached to or lost and confused, that is happening on a mass scale because of the frequencies that people are resonating with. Now, if you have a lot of toxicity, you will resonate at a lower frequency. So what is toxicity? Toxicity is inflammation, it's cellular communication, it's connection to your inner spirit. So if you have those three things and they're on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 is I'm doing amazing, I'm connected to God every day, I am feeling the love of life every day, that's a 10, okay? That's a 10. Inflammation is I'm eating crappy food, I'm addicted to drugs or alcohol. That would be on the lower realm, okay? So that would be food. That would cause inflammation, that kind of thing. So you want to kind of get what your baseline is and then look at your level of toxicity. Are you watching TV a lot? Are you engaged with relationships? Those, you want to look at like where's my level of toxicity in my environment? And if I remember correctly, you live in New York City, which is a very dense city. So I would say, how often are you out in nature, Salvo? I mean, really in nature, immersed around natural flowing waters and or in the mountains within the trees, or on a nice beach, as I have a nice shirt on as a reminder. Nice message, Eric. We're all wishing your husband or your father well wishes. Hi, Lokesh, good to see you. Man, a lot of unlearning. Yes, a lot of us are doing what is called deprogramming. We're all deprogramming, If you're on the spiritual journey, you are deprogramming, or as the computer geeks would say, it's a defragmentation. Right. Got to defrag the computer so it can move faster. The more programs we disconnect from and clear from our minds, if you will, and our bodies and our soul, the higher frequency we will have, the higher vibration, the more we will move energy in our field. Man was saying, definitely, I was very scared during COVID. A lot of people are scared. That's why they wanted you to be scared. So mission accomplished. Well, now that you know that fear is a tool that is often used against humanity, how are you strategizing against that? How are you using fear to get more clear in your critical thinking? Man says, well, we didn't know much about the infection. How could we have answered our patients' queries? Honestly, I mean, who doesn't want a doctor who is honest, right? So that's where integrity comes from. And integrity is going to be a big thing that a lot of doctors, man, are going to have to get re-educated on in the afterlife, because, so many doctors have lost the critical thinking that is needed for their job because they have been programmed as well. Oh, Salvo's saying, more like my perception on some people has changed. Yeah, well, it's your perception should always be changing, Salvo. When we see differently, then we can operate differently. One of the things that I've been practicing is to see the spirit in every person. And that's a practice. I learned that. I think I learned to start seeing that. And I asked to see people in spirit form who, and let me tell you, I was shown. And the people that look pretty are not pretty. When you see people in spirit form, sometimes they're not fully in spirit, meaning they're running a lot of antichrist energy. That doesn't make them bad people, because antichrist and death culture it's here. It's on this earth plane. So we see it when we ask to see who people are. No, yeah, Eric, I don't have anybody helping right now, and I'm not seeing the spam. Oh, Rakesh is saying that he discovered the connection between my sleep and phone. Whenever I turn my phone off, I sleep peacefully. Wow. I have mine in a little case, and I have it turned off. Mick is saying, talk to your spirit. Say, little spirit, come out and bring life, has helped me a lot. Good. Well, our spirit is not little. Our spirit is big. So I would say, spirit, show me how big I am. Salva, my father changed his heart doctor 3 times before he found one that would actually listen to him. Good for him. I was just listening to... the guy's name is Jack. What's his last name? He's a heart doctor. Oh, gosh, I can't remember his name. Jack. He's a heart doctor. He's really good. I can't remember his name, Salvo. But yes, you got to find a doctor that listens to you. I got 9 misdiagnoses before I found the doctor that actually helped me get the help I needed. This is going back maybe 10 years ago for sure. I'm glad he kept going. A lot of people stop at doctor. I had a client come to me, I guess maybe a year or so ago, and in my sense, she was heading in the right direction, but she went to a doctor who told her she had cancer. Whereas I didn't see cancer manifested. It was definitely in her mind, which, by the way, all disease is happening in the mind first. She ended up going for more cancer treatments. And people need to understand that medical is a business. It's not about health. It's about a business. You must understand that you got to be your own advocate. The body and the mind are to work together, man. It's not really difficult. The part that's challenging is people are conditioned to follow their thinking over their heart. And their heart is actually where healing occurs. So good to see you here, man. You're so smart. You get in your own way is what I think. Man, try communicating with your clients from your heart and see how different the communication is. And let me know how it goes. Send me a message, please. It will be different. Just do one experiment. I'm going to have an intention. This client right here, I'm going to communicate with them the entire time from my heart. And I'm just going to be like tapping my heart the whole time if you need to do that to remind yourself. But you're smart. You'll do it. And you're going to notice a difference. I want you to write down what was the difference in that communication when you communicated with your heart. I want you to write down what you noticed. And we'll have to do a session on that, like just a discussion on that another time, because we should. Maybe my next video is going to be just on that. How heartfelt communication changes communication. Okay. Michael, good job on doing, I didn't know you were NYC. Okay, so yes, that is a very dense community. I think moving out of the city for you specifically, I'm not talking about everybody, but I think a move would be good. And I think you would see a significant change. Now, our environments matter, but wherever you go, you are, Michael. So there is that. So you need tools in your tool bag. You don't want to move just to move. You want to move into you. So let me say this another way. You don't want to move just to move and make it a lateral move. You want to move into a higher vibration space. Is that in New York? I don't know. I don't know where it is for you. I don't know what's in your soul, but I suspect you are probably highly intuitive, and you don't have the tools in your tool bag, Michael. You need more tools in your tool bag. Yes, the breathing and the listening to me talk calmed you down a bit. Good. That's good. So this tells you that you can reset yourself, okay? It may take a little bit of time, Michael, but you can reset yourself. I have a video on a 10-minute breathing. I would highly recommend checking that out, Michael. When your spirit is slumbering, little spirit works well, until your spirit awakes and see how big he really is. Well, oh, that sounds like a beautiful way to see it, Mick. Beautiful way to see it. Okay, that's the picture. Salvo is asking, do you think there's a lack of discipline in modern day scholars? I think there is a lack of consciousness. I think people have a lot of physical discipline, but they don't have a lot of discipline when it comes to connecting with their spirit, connecting with higher levels of consciousness, and understanding that what you think is not what you know. And so I think we have a lot of scholars or gurus or people in the public eye who are sharing lots of information that is misdirected because they're not connected to spirit. That's my answer. I don't know what you think. Hello, Indonesia. Okay, Michael, I need more tools for sure. Yeah, Michael, book a session, Michael. It's gonna be more than you think you could afford, but you could afford it. You're worth it. And you can go on all my videos. I don't tell people to book a session. I'm telling you to book a session because you're going to quickly learn the tools that you need to create the stability that you have. You don't have to come to me, but I think it would be helpful. Salvo says, I feel like you're a highly educated individual. I feel as if highly educated individuals write off people as being insignificant before knowing who they are. Well, that's the ego mind, Salvo. And the ego mind will write people off. I used to experience my brother like this. My brother was very intelligent. I don't know if he still is because I'm not in contact with him, but I would say he was highly intelligent and mentally incompetent. And I think he had a couple schisms in his mental capacity. And he often put people down to build himself up. And that wasn't his spirit doing that. That was his ego mind doing that. Are they separate? No. They're all the same, right? Like their spirit is always a part of them. It's not always what's running the show. So that just tells you a little bit about the people, Salvo. Like for me, people who put other people down without knowing who they are, they're ignorant. So they're doing what they are saying these other people are. Ignorance is it's part of our society. There's a lot of smart people who are very ignorant. Kiana, money can make anybody good. Well, there's a lot of very unhappy rich people. Okay, Man says, I'm in practice here at a hospital indoor ward. I'm seeing at least 10 to 20 self-poisoning cases every day. I give injections to treat the poisoning, of course, I feel. I'm so sorry, Man, you're having to experience that. Well, Man, I'm not really concerned about what's going on with your... First of all, these people that are poisoning themselves, they're not doing it consciously. Okay, so oftentimes there are entity attachments that have taken over people, okay? And so there's that. And I don't really want to go into that because that's not very, but you're in there, so you know what I'm talking about. So let me say this. I would be more interested, Man, in understanding what you are resonating with, that you are in with them at this hospital. Like, do you love your job? Do you love going to work every morning? Do you think this is where you were meant to be, or is this just where you kind of ended up? Those are the questions I have for you, Man. And I think your questions are worthy of discussion. However, it would be an intellectual conversation, and we can't really get the answers. I can speculate, but I think what would be more telling is why you're in that situation. Salvo, breathing video really helps with focusing. I recommend it, and I've used it a couple times. I've also used getting ready for an interview. Salvo, you want an interview? Let me help you. Are you still interviewing? I love did you watch the Careers in the New Paradigm? Every person who has gone through that program gets a promotion, gets a pay raise, regardless of the situation, because it's all about how you are resonating. Salvo, answer me that. Okay, Rakesh, good to see you. Bye. Michael, by the way, thank you, Kiana. Appreciate you being here and your kind words. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. That is awesome, Salvo. Congratulations on the new job. Now, what are you going to do? What's the next thing? Do you love the new job? You're happy you got it, but is it the right job for you? I'm getting no. Tell me why. What? Something's off. Something's off. Oh, that's a big job, Salvo. There's something going on. Wow. So, man, I didn't see you answered the question. Yeah. So, Salvo, there is something off. Okay, so that's it. Kind of miss. So I want you to, Salvo, if it's okay, can I work with you on this one? Good night, Prato. I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay, Salvo, you need to let go of doing the work. That's, and it's not that you can't do work, but now you're going to have an opportunity to do work in a different kind of way. Okay, so I want you to, because a part of your ego, I'm going to be honest, a part of your ego likes tinkering with the things and making things work and being able to take something that's broken and bring it into a functional or replace it or whatever. A part of you really likes that. And there's nothing, we're not taking that away. We're just taking it away for, I'm going to get to what you're saying here, man. We're just letting it go for getting paid for it so you could get paid more. Which, by the way, Salvo, if you wanted to make more money doing the work, you could do that because you would make more money doing the work than you would be for supervising. But it doesn't seem like it's about the money for you. This is true. So what you're realizing is that you can make, you could do it faster, easier, cheaper, and better than the vast majority of labor out there, which is true. Salvo, you're such a blessing. What I would do is you learn how to be in your heart with the work that you're doing on the computer. And then after 3 months, make a decision. And I would say 3 months. Make a decision if you really are following your heart. And if the answer is no, you need to switch quickly. And it'll manifest so you can move quickly. Okay, let me go back to man. Man's saying, well, I'm not sure. I have trained to help them. Yes, you're very, very astute. I should be able to see them with ease, but I never expected. So you're in shock that you're seeing how bad the situation is. And I understand that. You need to get yourself out of shock, man. Because you're seeing the state of humanity in shocking ways. And that's because much of humanity is contending with something that doctors are not trained in, which is spiritual illness. Spiritual illness is, or also known as spiritual immunity, is when people do not have a direct relationship with their spirit. They've lost their connection to God because they have been taught and conditioned that God is found through a church or a temple or something outside of themselves, when we are the vessels for light. We are the vessels for our light to shine. And when you have the conversation, man, with your heart to the next client, where you are committed to speaking to them in their heart, you're going to get more information on what is going on in your situation. So you won't be in shock anymore, because part of you wants to have some intellectual information, but you're trying to gain it from the mind, and it's not going to come in that way. It's going to come in through your heart, and you're going to see it. You may not like what you see, but you will see it. Man is saying, I actually never thought so many people would be unhappy when I was a student. Yeah, well, we live in a death culture. Rakesh is saying, oh, Rakesh, I thought you jumped off. Rakesh is saying healthcare sector in India is a totally messed up, private doing business, government hospitals suffering from overload. The medical system is not set up for health, okay? You're calling it a health sector, and then you talk about it's different. It's not health, it's medical. It's different. We have to call things what they are, not what they tell us they are. Health care is not health care. It's medical care. Medical care is different than health care. Totally different things. This is a reversal in language. Okay, Salvo's saying not about the money, but I need to improve. Get clear about what you need to improve, Salvo. Get clear. Oh, it's impossible to care too much, Salvo. But what may happen is that your need to please is playing a role in how you're doing what you're doing. You can't care too much, in my opinion, but your need to please is different than caring. Salvo, highly recommend seeing what it is that you think that you need to improve. Get really clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever those things are. Get very clear. You're going to learn them very quickly, and then you're going to see, is this where it fulfills your heart? And if the answer is no, then the answer is no, and you then make a strategic move to the next yes, okay? So that doesn't mean that getting the job was bad. It's like you did need to grow and expand, and oftentimes to grow and expand, we have to see things differently. Hence, your perspective changed. It's true, man. Spend your emotion only on your personal life. Let work slip. You can't be all things to all people. DR is saying, DR is giving you some advice, man. Salvo is saying, yes, getting people on my level shouldn't be so hard. Hey, when you are connected to your heart, you see people as they are, not as you want them to be. And that can be quite shocking. I would say, Salvo, that the dog is going to be with your family forever. Think of your dog as a family member. And if you and your girlfriend are not married and not a family, then you get two dogs. She gets her dog and you get your dog. That's what I say. Because this is how people get split up with their animals, and these animals suffer because of it. Anyways, I've been on here for a while. Oh, wow, I didn't know I was on here longer than an hour. Okay, well, yeah, DR says if you're having kids later, don't even get a dog. It's so much work. It's so much work. Yeah, but I love our dog. And I love animals. They are a lot of work. And if you can't do all the training, like our dog needs to eat 4 times a day. I've never met a dog that had to eat that much, but our dog cannot hold down food. So if they get acid reflux, so we have a special needs. And if I didn't work from home, who would feed our dog? Okay. Well, you guys have been a pleasure. Yes, DR. Yes, right? She's a special dog. Get a plant. Yeah, get a plant. I've had that plant right there for over 25 years. Can you believe it? 25 years. It does drink a lot of water. All right, Michael, good to see you. I'm going to jump off here too. So good to see you all. Thank you for taking time to visit with me today and chat and have some meaningful discussions. What should my topic be for next time? I'm now done with trauma 1 through 10. I just did a recap of the 3 things that you need to do if you're feeling trauma, pain is overwhelming, what to do. So that's what I did in the very beginning. What should my next topic be? What should my next topic be? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to come on here again more often now that I'm done on this topic. And again, I don't have a problem talking about trauma, but doing a series on trauma definitely did weigh me down. Made me not want to come on. Because we all have something weird, DR. What is weird? A lot of people think everything I talk about is weird. Give me a topic. Thank you for thanking me. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Salvo. Thank you, DR. Thank you, Eric. Thank you all for joining me. Those who popped on and popped off. Rakesh. Weird, but obvious. Aliens, possessions, entity attachment, dark magic, past lives. Oh, those are heavy topics. All right, y'all. You have an amazing day. Sending lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for your time, your presence, and your willingness to get presence with your inner spirit. We'll see you next time. Put on your notifications if you're new here. Bye.